Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of all the legalese and financial jargon so you don't have to. Sometimes it feels like companies are trying to hide things, and today we might just uncover a little secret. So IonQ Incorporated is back with an update to a previous report. This filing is an amendment, which usually means they are adding or correcting some information. The original report was from September of 2025, but this update is coming out in December. The big reason for this amendment is to lay out the details of a separation agreement with their former chief financial officer, Thomas Kramer. Essentially, when an executive leaves a company, especially if it is not by their own choice or there are no performance issues, there are often agreements in place about what they receive as they depart. This filing details what Mr. Kramer is getting as he leaves IonQ. It sounds like the company and Mr. Kramer agreed on a package that includes compensation and benefits. The company and Mr. Kramer entered into what they call a separation agreement, which also includes a release of claims. This means that as part of this agreement, Mr. Kramer is giving up his right to sue the company for anything related to his employment or departure. In return, he is eligible for specific payments and benefits. First up, there is a cash severance. This will be a lump sum payment within 30 days after the agreement becomes official. It will cover 9 months of his base salary, plus he'll get 100% of his target bonus for 2025, and another portion of that 2025 target bonus will be paid out based on the number of days he actually worked as an employee this year. These payments will have taxes and other deductions taken out, of course. Next, if Mr. Kramer decides to continue his health insurance through COBRA, which is a government law that lets people keep their group health benefits for a certain period after leaving a job, IonQ will pay those premiums for up to 9 months. This is a pretty standard benefit offered in these types of agreements to help ease the transition. Perhaps the most interesting part for many is the equity. All of Mr. Kramer's restricted stock units that were not yet vested will now fully vest. This means he gets to keep them sooner than originally planned. Also, some of his unvested stock options will become fully vested. Any stock options that remain unvested after this acceleration will be forfeited, meaning he loses out on those. His performance-based restricted stock units, or SUS, will also vest but will be prorated based on the time he actually worked for the company during the performance period. In simpler terms, the company is giving him a good chunk of his expected stock awards as part of his departure. This agreement was signed by Paul T. Dacier, who serves as the Chief Legal Officer and Secretary for IonQ Incorporated. The filing itself is dated the 5th of December 2025, so this whole separation process has been put into motion very recently. Now let's talk about what this all means for IonQ. Losing a CFO is always a significant event, and how it is handled tells us a lot. The fact that they are offering a substantial severance package including accelerated equity suggests that the departure might have been amicable, or at least the company wanted to ensure a smooth exit and avoid any potential disputes. The release of claims is a key part here, as it protects the company from future legal actions from Mr. Kramer. The components of the severance, like the 9 months of salary and bonus payouts, are fairly typical for executive departures. The accelerated vesting of equity shows a willingness from the company to reward past service even as the executive moves on. However, it does mean that a portion of the company's future equity awards will be distributed earlier than planned. Looking at the broader picture for IonQ, a company focused on quantum computing, maintaining stability and investor confidence is crucial. While this filing primarily addresses an executive departure, the underlying financial health and strategic direction of IonQ are what truly matter to investors. As a relatively young company in a nascent industry, leadership changes in key positions like CFO can sometimes raise eyebrows regarding internal stability or strategic shifts. It is important to remember that this is an amendment to a prior report, so it is not introducing entirely new financial statements, but rather clarifying a specific event. The real financial performance of IonQ would be found in their regular quarterly and annual reports. We will definitely be keeping an eye on their upcoming financial filings to see how this executive transition might align with or affect their financial results and future growth plans. So, what is my take on this filing? It is a standard disclosure regarding an executive departure and severance. The specifics of the package, while considerable, are within the realm of what we often see for senior executives. The release of claims is the critical piece for the company, offering protection for investors. The key takeaway isn't so much the severance itself, but rather what it might signal about internal dynamics and whether the company is setting itself up for future success with new leadership. The real story will be told in IonQ's subsequent financial reports and strategic announcements. Alright, that is our breakdown of IonQ Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.